your microphone. Let's see the color. Okay, perfect.
It's green. It's green. It's green.
Welcome back to Just Josh and Jakota. I'm Josh. That's Jakota. We're a little dusty. Well, we dusted it off, but we are a little dusty. Oh, it fell right here. Today, we're talking about life-changing moments, a topic suggested by Patricia. Thank you, Patricia. If you would like your suggestion put into our lunchbox that we draw from at the end of the episode, please comment below or check out our Instagram or do something like that, and we'll possibly talk about it. Life-changing moments. Well, speaking about life-changing, we haven't been here for a minute in this spot. Been quite busy. I've been up to a lot of different things. What have you been up to? Because we haven't even seen each other very much, honestly.
Have we?
Oh, actually, we go to the rec center quite often. Yeah.
What the hell are you talking
Well, like,
about?
we haven't been working together, and you haven't been coming through to the studio and stuff
That is true.
much.
That is true. What have I been up to? Working, mostly. Working.
Working 9 to 5.
Who's that, Dolly Parton?
I think so.
That
Yeah, I don't know what the words are, except for that.
almost reminds me of Grease. Anyways. Yeah, mostly working, dude.
Me mostly not working, but did you this is not very life-changing, but I found and this will be in my next YouTube video, but I found a
All right.
8.8 or something gram freaking gold nugget.
Right.
My very first ever beep, 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 freaking gold metal detecting. Man, that was freaking exciting.
That's impressive. Oh, yeah. So you finally went to the gold mine
Yeah.
and you didn't actually work any of the machine
No, not really.
or anything. You
Just when we were working on it, I just literally like moved the boom.
Right.
Swiveled, drove like 10 inches.
That's funny.
I didn't get to do anything.
You see that big ass fuel tank that they had next to the I guess those sea tanks? Or maybe maybe
Phil.
what's his name?
I'm calling him Phil.
Maybe Phil changed the layout again. But anyways, did you see a giant gas tanker? Like just
Yeah.
I almost hit that with the big green army truck when I was reversing. I was doing the old one of these,
Yeah.
and then I was like, okay, you're gonna step on the brake here.
You stepped on the gas? Yeah. Because the pedals are really big compared to normal. So you just
Shit.
moved your foot over to the left of...
Yeah, I don't know what I must have, like, when I went like this, I must have like also shifted like my
foot?
foot, and then that's the only explanation I got. I don't know.
Luckily,
It scared the crap out of me.
Luckily, it's diesel, so it would have just... It wouldn't have exploded or anything.
I would have damaged the.
You would have damaged it.
Oh, that would have been so
Yeah.
crap.
The
But,
mining enforcement would have been like, what are you doing about this damaged fuel tank? I think you should buy a brand new one.
It's only leaching into the
Ecosystem.
water. Yeah, no kidding. Yeah, did you do anything fun like go on the lake or anything?
No, we just went gold panning twice, and going to town was a nice change of scenery. But dude, I got vertigo for like 5 days.
Oh shit! I had it for 5 days too.
I could barely
Yeah.
So I could barely walk. I was walking. Okay, so you know where the sleeping can is way out.
Right.
So I'm walking, and I'm not walking good. I'm walking like I'm stumbling and jumbling, and like it's not exactly smooth anyway.
Right.
So you might have a little whatever just because. But I'm walking, stumbling, and you know where when you get to the cabin, or the two cabins there's that drop off.
Yeah.
Okay, for some reason, I thought I was getting the hang of it. I was like, okay, I'm seeing the world spin, so I kind of like just focus on one thing, and then that kind of helps the vertigo not jumble you around, because you can because you're not spinning, obviously, right? So if you look, like I was looking at one of the machines, I'm like, okay, if I just aim there, even though my eyes want to do the back and forth, whatever they're doing, I don't even know what they're doing actually. I'm like, you know what I'll do is I'll just focus on that and I'll walk in a relatively straight line. Well, I did do that, and then I was getting closer to where Ken was actually working on one of the machines and he had it taken apart. So I ended up just looking down and then looking back up, because I was just wanted to step over the stuff that was kind of there, right? He had like one of the, I don't know what it's called, but for the big excavator, you know, like the sprocket.
Oh yeah.
That turns the track.
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay, that was off, and I wanted to step over it. So I look down, look up, and as I start walking again, I'm not, my eyes, I can't get it to just focus on one thing. And I start jumbling around again, and as I get to that steep drop off, which is just exploded boulders, basically, maybe not exploded, but like just boulders, I lose my balance and I start walking towards that like cliff, if you will, and there was a rat pack sitting on the ground, and I was like, oh, I'm going to trip on this. I don't want to trip on it, so I'm going to step on it. But like my feet are tripping anyway. I step on it, and then I step on it kind of like on the corner. I step on the corner, which makes me slip, which is good because I probably would have been even higher up and then fallen into all those boulders. And then I'm upside down. I fell, and I'm holding I'm upside down, and I'm holding, and I'm like I'm closing my eyes so I stop spinning, and then I have to try to like scooch myself back up. I'm just upside down.
What the
in
heck?
These rocks, spinning. No one sees me. No one heard me. I didn't say anything. Machines and generators and whatever, and I'm just there, like just in my head, falling off the earth, and then eventually I catch my balance, if you will, sit up. I don't know how long I was falling down this hill that I wasn't falling down, but man, I hate vertigo.
Life-changing.
Freaking hate it. I don't know if you call that life-changing. Vertigo is
Getting
life-changing.
vertigo is life-changing for sure.
Yeah, you can't do anything.
I would say that's probably
bad.
Probably the worst things about my life that changed. Getting vertigo, that freaking sucked.
Yeah, it does suck. Every time someone says they have vertigo, remember that one lady said she had vertigo, and she's like, yeah, and I drive. I'm like, how do you drive with vertigo? But she ended up having something else, because she actually got vertigo a little bit later. I was like, yeah, no, I don't have vertigo.
Vertigo, I have driven. I driven with vertigo once. I went to work all the way to Leduc from my house.
It's like a
hour.
Yeah.
Full hour. And I was like, oh, I don't feel so good, but I gotta go to work, right? I get to work. I think it was my job to like paint a floor or something. And I'm just like, oh, I just wanted to throw up the entire time I'm fucking painting this floor, right? And I was like, oh, God, I gotta tell these people that I can't fucking be here. So I told the boss's son, hey, I can't be here. My vertigo was really bad. And I knew that it was going to get worse. And I was like, okay, all right, so there's two options. I either work the full day and then I feel like absolute trash and then I can't drive home. Or I leave now, since I had only been there for like an hour and a half maybe, and then I get home before it gets worse. I chose that option and I went home and I was like, this is not a good idea, but I still did it. And it felt like I was hammered. It was so hard for me to like like I had to do this a lot.
Oh yeah.
And then I had to go like this. Ugh. Rub my eyes a bit and just focus on.
Focus hard.
Yeah.
Did you take the back way?
I took every back way that I could.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, you gotta be
Bad. Not a good idea.
not a good idea.
Not good.
That's like when so we had the ice storm and I drive and the ice is like probably like an eighth thick on the glass of the windshield. So I started chipping it off and I chipped off a spot like this. Mm-hmm. And then I drove down my driveway. I was like, this is fine. But then when I get to the end of my driveway, I look to see if anyone's coming that way, and I can't see because it looks like a glazed window. So I was like, So I go over there to the other side, I chip a spot there. Perfect. Now I can see everywhere on the side windows. I just roll them down.
Right.
Whatever. It's fine. It's minus 30 or whatever it is. Get onto the road, get onto the highway, and as I get onto the highway, it's raining. I have my windshield wipers on, but it's riding on top of the ice. So then my hole is just getting smaller. Like, that's all, folks.
You didn't have...
I had defrost on, but it wasn't fast enough. It was doing down here, so I'm like this.
Yeah, dude, I've done that so many times. Unnecessary risk for...
Yeah, stupid.
For what? So silly.
It's such a stupid Canadian thing to do. But I had to be somewhere. I can't remember where it was. And I didn't know that it had rained. So I didn't know that the windshield was going to be... It was like looking through a privacy window. I'm just like...
Right.
No, I can't see anything.
100%.
Someone showering in there? Like what's going on? Like, I had no idea. Right. I had no clue what was going on. Yeah, so then I had to pull over on the highway. Scratch it up. That could have been bad.
Yeah, something similar happened to me where I put I dumped water on my windshield when I was going really fast. I think I've said this before. It was like 3 a.m. and I was driving home from the city, and it was like probably minus, like barely below. No, let's say minus 10-ish. Okay. And so it was like winterish, but not really. And it was cold out. I was like, I ran out of windshield washer. And my shit was getting kind of dirty, right?
Oh, yeah, okay.
Kicking from like cars in front of me or just from driving previously, whatever. It's nighttime now, so like it's harder to see. And I'm going, okay, well, shit. I got a bottle of water here. I'll probably just... This is back when I had the Sunfire.
Yeah.
Oh, shit. It froze immediately because I'm driving. I'm going.
So the wind speed is...
I'm going really fast down the highway. There's no one on. It's 3 a.m, so like no one's there. But like I had to like pull over because that was super dangerous. And I learned that really quickly that it's not a good
don't
idea.
do that.
Don't do that.
'Cause it doesn't have de-icer in it or anything.
Right.
Yeah, man, that
Hilarious. That would have been so funny if it like
what
caused a serious wreck or something.
It sucks is when you're in the drive-thru where you get pulled over or something. Yeah, if you get pulled over and you try to roll down the window and it's a button and you can't pull it down because it's iced closed, so you got to open it.
I never had that issue.
I had... Cops are cops, so they're going to have a problem with you regardless on how... whatever. They're like, this is Alberta and it's freezing cold out here. Why did you open your door? Yeah, I opened my door because I also want to be freezing cold. Obviously, I opened my door because the window doesn't roll down.
Did that happen to you?
Yeah. Happened to me guess why? Guess why I was having a ticket? Guess why he pulled me over?
No light on your license plate.
No, not in the same vein. No mud flaps. I understand no mud flaps, honestly, but I always get pulled over for no mud flaps. The mud flaps are freaking hideous, so...
I think some mud flaps look all right. It all depends. If you have a dually, I think they look cool.
Yeah, they can look good on there. Right. Like, accessories look better on the bigger your truck, the better accessories look. But it just depends on what they are.
Unless you put those stupid ass You know, I can't stand, and I don't know why.
Fake hood scoops.
No, that doesn't bother me actually.
Oh.
The putting like flares on your truck,
Fender flares without having bigger wheels.
right?
Bigger tires.
Or like your flare sticks out, and then your tires right here.
Is normal. You look like you're one of those trucks that drives on the train tracks, like a CN.
Yeah. That's hilarious. I think that looks so silly. Or you'll put the flare on, and then not paint it.
Yeah,
I can't stand that.
Yeah,
It's like they just came back from Canadian Tire and we're like, we're putting these on right now.
Yeah, there was actually a guy who I saw the other day. What was weird about him? I can't remember. Oh yeah, he had like a dozen of those fake vents that go on the side of your car. He had like the 3-circle one, and then he had like the little one that goes on the side, and then he had like one that was like long with like a line through it. And I'm like, dude, even if these were real, it doesn't make sense that what are you getting airflow into? Like, it doesn't even make any sense. Like, the way you have them placed, you have it on your door. What is that for? To cool down your ankles? Like, come on. This doesn't make any sense. It's freaking stupid.
I saw a meme where this guy was videotaping this car, and it was like a Corolla or something, and he had all of those, like, you know how like you can put those plastic wings, or like
Canards, I think they're called.
Is that what that? Or yeah, whatever.
I might be having that wrong. Yeah, it's like for downforce or whatever.
Yeah, and then like you can like it'll like make certain areas of your car more aerodynamic.
Yeah.
Dude, so like this guy bought all of them.
Oh, I've seen that. Yeah, and he has it all
across his entire vehicle. And I was just like,
I think he's trying to be
bless this guy. Like, I wish I knew what he looked like, just so I could be like,
oh yeah,
does that make sense? Or like, are you trolling?
Are you trolling,
right?
Or are you like
do you really think this is cool? Is this unironic?
That's like that guy who's like, I saw another video where the guy's like, he's like, oh, I wonder whose car this is, and it's like a Nissan something or other, and the guy's decked out in all Nissan stuff. He's like, it's mine. Oh, okay.
Oh man,
when I go to those car shows, I always feel like I don't fit in because I don't have a done up car or truck.
Right.
So some people they either have like a super classic. I think I have a nice truck, but it's just normal. It's just lifted. Doesn't have nice wheels though. I hate the wheels on it, but it's nice.
You bought the wheels, didn't you?
No, they came on it. I would never buy those.
Oh.
No, those are hideous.
I don't mind them.
Yeah, well, whoever put them on there didn't mind them, I guess. I don't like them. But when I go to those places, I always feel like such a poser when people are, hey, what's got in it? I'm like, it's just, oh, actually it is supercharged. Although I wrecked the supercharger immediately.
Why?
Started it in the winter with the remote start. It shrunk too much. They're very finicky to temperature. And so it was like minus 10 or whatever it was. Not super cold. Minus 10 Celsius. And the spoolie part, not spoolie, but the whirly, like the impeller just got stuck because the housing shrunk enough.
Easy fix?
No. Ken took it to whoever makes it. I forget what the company is. And they couldn't fix it. So I had to get a new one. And I just decided not to. I'm like, what do I need the supercharger for? I'm not racing this thing. It's like got 37-inch tires on it. It's just, I mean, it would be cool, I guess. But anyways, when I go to those places and when I think of myself as a poser and then I see someone with like a spoiler on a front wheel drive car, I'm like, okay, I'm fine.
That's, I think, is just mostly aesthetic.
Yeah, aesthetic. And I don't mind that aesthetic, but lots of car people are like, you don't need that, so you just put that on there to look cool, and looking cool does not make you go faster.
Right.
So,
right.
So like, to me, I'm all about ricers. Like I like
too.
I like them.
I like them too.
I even like them when they're like overdone, like decals and like street glow. I love it. I think
Me
it looks
too.
cool. But what I'm saying is, I don't know why I fear the judgment of other people in this area, because I don't fear it basically anywhere else, I don't think. And then suddenly I'm like, oh, I got this truck and it's just nothing really special about it. It's just I like it, so I'm here.
Nice.
And I want other people to see it. But I get thumbs ups all the time and stuff. So what am I scared about? I don't know.
Dude,
I don't know. It's just imposter syndrome, you know?
I drive Ken's truck sometimes, and
Yeah.
people wave at me
Oh, yeah, same.
all the time.
When I drive his truck, too.
People are like, dude, nice truck, what year? I'm like, thank God I know what year it is, because, same thing where it's like, first of all, not my truck, but I don't want to explain to them,
Oh, it's my brother.
oh,
Yeah.
I'm just borrowing. They don't care about that. They want to know what year it is, and I tell them 94.
It's 95, though.
I tell them it's a 95.
But they look the same as a 94 and a half, so it wouldn't be
95.
Wouldn't be
Okay,
that big of a
95.
but yeah, when I drive his truck, I get the same thing, but his is just a smaller version of my truck. And you know what's weird is because like I get compliments on my truck all the time. Like when I go through the drive-through, people go, oh man, sick truck, I want to get one of these or whatever. All right, so I don't know why. Then once I think it's just because there's like so many like way more expensive cars. Like people will have like, I don't know, like Shelby Mustangs or something, right? And I'm just like,
Who's to say that they know anything about that car?
no, true. Yeah, you yeah, it's not fair of me. It's
Start grilling them.
not fair to me to assume that yeah. I don't know why I feel like that.
That's called insecurity, man.
Yeah, I guess so.
You got to buck up. No, I mean, I think that's normal. I think that's normal because when you're in a room full of your peers, you don't want to look like an
You don't want to be
idiot,
the
maybe.
dumbest one
You're
in the
right.
room.
You're right. You don't
Yeah, people
want
are like, oh, this one's an 84, which is different than the 85. And I'm like, huh? In
know
what
what's funny?
way? Oh, well, you see, they got the whatever, and they changed the louvers and the.
I don't understand people that don't know what they're talking about. Try to come off as if they do. You know what I say if I don't know what I'm talking about? I say I don't know.
Yeah,
Instead of going,
it's better because then.
oh yeah, the tourniquets on the pernal hydroglides are coming back from the shop, and I haven't installed them. The pressure of them is fucking
It's just
fucking stupid.
Just saying. Well, that's like Fast and Furious. A lot of the jargon doesn't make sense the way that they say it.
There's what's hilarious? Have you seen any just early 2000s sci-fi? We're using an internet.
No, I haven't seen that.
Dude, some of these like sci-fi, like they're trying to sound technical, right? Like,
Yeah, like
there's
high-tech.
37 gigabytes,
They're hitting me with 37 gigabytes. They're trying to hack. He's hacking me with 17 gigabytes.
Yeah, exactly. There's like,
Oh, he's good.
That's
Got
so
me on the CPU.
right? Yeah, oh god.
I don't know any computer language either.
Yeah, me neither. Not hardly any. That has 12 RAM. I don't even know what that means.
Dude, I got a new phone today. And he told me that there was 8 gigs of RAM, and I'm like,
Be like, dude, it should have been 9.
yeah, I don't even know what that is. He's like, wow. Or no, that's the phone that I didn't get was the 8 gigs of RAM. He's like, well, the Samsung Galaxy blah 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 has this one. He's like, this one has 8 gigs of RAM. I'm like, okay, is that worse than the other one? He's like, actually, honestly, I don't even know what it is exactly. I think maybe it's processing power. I'm like, okay, power. I'm like, because I'm thinking in my head, I'm like, dude, the phone that I have right now is like 120 gigs. So why would I go down to 8 gigs? And he's like, no, that's 120 gigs of storage. And I'm like, oh yeah, 120 gigs of storage. Okay. So what? And then you ram it in with 8 gigs? Like, what are you, what is it? What is the 8 gigs for?
RAM, I think, I don't know, must be some, I don't know, technical jargon that RAM obviously stands for something.
Hit me with 8 gigs of RAM.
I don't know.
Okay. Well, anyways, to get back on track, one of the things that is life-changing that I thought of is the other day, What is the longest you've gone without eating food, do you think?
Shoot.
Like not being sick, just on purpose, just for like a fast.
A couple days maybe.
2 days, you think?
Yeah, I don't know. I don't think I've ever purposely went.
More than a day or two?
Yeah.
Okay, well,
Maybe 2 days.
was talking to my friend Josh, and I was like, I can't remember what we were talking. He's always talking about like, we should have him on one day because he's just some of his ideas. I'm like, okay, all right. I like it's interesting, and lots of people believe it. But like, he's like, oh yeah, the Serpinian rings. I just made that up.
What?
I just made that up. But he just says stuff about these different things. Oh, crystal this and healing that, and grounding
God.
and
I don't know how much I believe that as much as that detox foot bowl.
yeah, that's not real.
No.
Look how dirty the water is.
Yeah, that's
Dude, how come the water doesn't get dirty until you put those drops of whatever in there? It doesn't make any sense.
and also you don't even have to put your feet in there for that to happen.
Right. It is just turn black.
Right.
So it's like, oh, the toxins from the air?
Right.
How do I know which are the toxins
Stupid.
from my body versus the toxins from the...
You know what's funny? People will know that information and be like, well, I feel better.
If it makes you feel better, then good. Because people don't believe in Cairo. I love Cairo. But I have tangible evidence. My neck used to be straight. It's supposed to be curved, right? Curved like this, and then into your shoulders, curved down into your lower back, and then curves back out at your butt, right? My neck was straight. Now it's curved again. Anyway, so I could be full of shit. Plus, I don't know everything. There could be something, crystals could do that. Like they vibrate and you can measure it. I don't know if that means that it heals you. Probably not. But anyway, we were talking about something, and I was like, I think the longest I've ever gone without eating is like 10 days when I was really sick. So I didn't choose not to eat. I just didn't want to eat. And I was like, and I was hungry, but I was just so miserable. And he was talking, he's like, oh, I think I went 13 days, I think he said. And I was like, okay, 13 days. I'm like, I wonder if I could go a week, like, just for fun. It wouldn't be fun, probably, but just see if I could do it. So I had eaten fries that day at 6 p.m. or thereabouts. I ate fries from Chick-fil-A. Have you ever had Chick-fil-A?
Chick-fil-A. I think I've only ever eaten there once, and I think I had waffle fry.
Yeah, I love the fries. That's all I like there. And Canadian Chick-fil-A is probably different than American Chick-fil-A, but anyway.
It's probably better.
Probably better for you.
Probably like the chicken.
The chicken will be better for sure.
Yeah.
But anyway, I got the waffle fries and I like the Chick-fil-A sauce. So I had that. And then before that, I ate the previous day at maybe supper time. Because I usually only eat once a day. That day, I only happened to eat just
once a day?
Yeah, usually.
Damn, son.
So we were talking about fasting, and I was like, well, I kind of intermittent fast between like 15 and 24 hours every day. But sometimes I do eat, like I'll snack and whatever. But I usually only eat one meal a day. Sometimes I'll eat breakfast, but usually I don't. And I usually eat breakfast because I feel like it, because I'm bored, or because I'm like, I want to taste something, you know? So anyways, I had eaten whatever the day before. I think it was tacos. And then 24-ish hours later, I ate fries. And then I was like, okay, I'm not going to get a smoothie today. Because I often get a smoothie after the rec center. We're in the rec center, right? In the hot tub. And I'm like, okay, what I'm going to do is I'm just going to see if I can go a week. Forgetting that it was Easter weekend coming up. And I was like, oh, and because I'm kind of picky, I don't expect this from anyone who prepares food, but my in-laws, they will often like make something that I will like on purpose so that I'll like it.
Good.
And so, it's very nice of them, but it's not expected by any means. So I was like, frick, if I don't eat the thing that they specifically prepared for me, then I'm an asshole. So I'm like, okay. And I didn't realize it was Easter weekend until after I had already made the pledge to do 7 days. I was like, let's see if I can do 7 days on purpose. So I ended up not eating for the first day, 6 to 6 p.m. And it wasn't so bad, although I was kind of like, man, there's like chocolate, There's I really was craving tacos and waffle fries again. And so I was like, I just go by, what's that taco place that you told me about again? Quesada. I was like, man, there's Quesada right there, right outside the post office. I'm like, who's gonna know? Who's gonna know? Who cares? Who are you doing this for? And I'm like, shut up, you're doing it for you. See if you can do it. So I had to do that on day 2 especially. Day 2, I got hungry. And I was like, man, why do I feel hungry? Like, I mean, yeah, hungry because you have nothing in your belly. And I was like, man, day 2, I'm just drinking water and juice. Juice for the sugar because I'm still doing something. Right? Still, like, because the first time, the 10-day thing, I was doing nothing but laying in bed, sleeping. So this time I'm active. I'm working on my house. I'm doing errands. I'm doing whatever. And man, I was just like, God. But then day 3, I didn't eat when it came 6 p.m., which would have been 72 hours. I was like, and everyone had already started eating at 4. That's when dinner was. And then people were like, why aren't you eating? I'm like, just wait 2 hours. But I didn't want to go, I'm fasting right now. Oh, because of Lent or something, right? And I was like, because I don't really know what Lent is.
Right.
But then I'd, and I'd do this explanation, right? So I think I could have gone, because I only ate a normal.
So you didn't go past that day?
No, because I knew I wasn't going to. I decided, no. So I'm actually going to try again.
Allegedly, there's like health benefits to
intermittent fasting. I don't know about long-term fasting, but yeah.
Starving probably isn't.
Starving's probably not good for you.
But, I mean, if you want to lose weight or if you want to
I lost 4 pounds.
Have some sort of like
reset on your gut biome?
Detox. If you want to detox, dude, flush your system with a bunch of water.
Well, I had lots of water, and then water doesn't taste like anything.
I love water.
No, I like water.
Water is so good.
I do not like water out of mugs. I like water out of a drinking fountain or out of plastic for some reason. For some reason, in a mug, I'm just like, what am I, in a hospital? Even though the hospitals don't give you glass or ceramic or whatever. I just don't like it for some reason. I don't know why. But anyway, when it was time to eat, I could have just kept not eating. I didn't even feel hungry anymore.
I like not eating because I think it's a waste of time. And in that sense, like if there was in any way where scientists were like, hey guys, breaking news, we developed a new way
to not eat.
Right. Where you'll get your full whatever. Right. If it was like, here's this tablet, dude, I'm taking it.
And they're like, and we call it the mark of the beast.
Oh shit. Oh shit. Okay. Skirt, probably not. I'll have to start eating. No, I eat lunch and supper.
Yeah. When you're working, expelling a lot of energy, then it makes sense to eat lunch. But
I eat lunch at around 2. Depends on what you're
doing. Yeah, because then you get hangry. Well, that's if you are hangry and you just have like a chocolate bar or like a soda or something, that will give you like a lot of energy.
I don't feel like
and to avoid the crash, you don't feel that?
I don't really know, because like at least not like at work or anything. I'm not really.
Oh, you don't feel hangry?
Mad person. No.
Okay. Well, lots of people when they're working hard, they'll just get kind of irritable. But to avoid the crash, you just keep working through the drink, through the soda or whatever, and then you never crash. You never get that tired feeling after, which is super good.
I usually only get like where I don't want to. It's usually when I stop working is when I'm like, I don't want to start again.
Yeah.
Right.
That's why I don't like stopping for lunch, honestly. Like,
that's different for me though. It depends on what time of day it is. If it's like 7 o'clock and I stop, I mean, this has never really happened, but like I feel like that would probably be worse than stopping for lunch, because like lunch for me is usually around 12 to 2 o'clock, sometimes even 3. Depends on like you said, there are certain instances where, like, in my line of work, when I'm like working on things, I mean, I guess this could be any, you kind of want to work in sections, right? Where all right, I'm going to finish this. So, like, I won't eat until I'm done that section, right? Be like, okay, I've already started this. It would make sense for me to finish this before I start eating.
That makes sense. That does make sense because, then it's just like, I'll just finish it tomorrow. I'll start the day with that or something.
Or like, yeah, because like even before the end of the day, I'll be like, it's already time to leave. But it's like, I just have this little bit to do.
Well, yeah, I don't like that either.
And then I'll go, okay, you know what? If I just spend a little bit more time, for tomorrow will be easier because I'll have already done all this. Kind of thing. I have to, like, it isn't always easy trying to do that either.
And that has changed your life.
Yeah.
Do you have a life-changing story that you could have thought of?
Yes, I got plenty. There was one time when I was man, you know what sucks? I feel like I've already told all the good ones that I can remember. But I remember one time, dude, and by changing your life, it just has to have an impact on your life.
I'd say.
It doesn't matter how big or small the impact is.
No.
Okay.
Oh, I ate a bologna sandwich. No,
like, dude, it changed my life. Dude, I ate the whole bologna. It was this big. No, the friggin'... So, dude, when I was in kindergarten, okay?
Miss Homan?
No, kindergarten. I didn't have Miss Homan until... Oh, shit. Yeah, I did. Yeah, Miss Homan. Okay, sorry, grade 1.
Mrs. Zelt?
I went to... no, I never had Mrs. Zelt.
Mrs. Washington? Mrs. Wolver?
I had Mrs. Wolver.
So nice.
I freaking saw some kids on top of that. So there was like a wooden playground at my school. Okay.
Oh yes.
And there was.
It was so cool.
It was so big.
It was like a castle.
It was really big. Yeah, there was like levels.
And there was like not a drawbridge, but like a.
Yeah, there was a swinging bridge, dude. There was trolleys that you could whip, like. Dude.
Yeah, they were on a chain.
Abused the shit out of those things.
Yeah.
Anyways, there was like this section of this wooden playground where there was a windy slide, and it was like this, right? You had to climb up to this freaking windy slide, and the slide had this peak on it.
Yeah.
Right. And dude, I saw kids on that shit, and I'm in grade 1 or whatever, and I'm just like, yeah. That's cool, right? And I was like, you know what? I could probably do that.
Oh, why not?
Right? You know, whatever. Like, I was finally able to reach the fucking trolleys without having to jump. I was so short. I had to jump, and then like I could finally reach that. So I was like, all right, I'm brave. I'm brave enough, right? I saw these kids just climb up there.
Climb up there, stand on the peak, or sit on. Usually, they straddled the peak.
They straddled the peak, and they freaking made it look easy.
Yeah.
Okay. So I remember it was after school, and I can't remember. I guess I didn't have to be anywhere because, well, I guess I had no choice. I freaking go there. Okay. I'm like, all right, today's the day. And I was by myself, and I must have been waiting for mom or something. I can't remember. Anyways, I start climbing, right? I climb the railing, and then there's the fascia, if you will.
Yeah.
Which was like a 4x4 freaking.
Yeah.
Anyway, so like I was able to like climb on that shit, dude. My knees, dude. I was scared as shit, but like I was like maybe I should climb down, right? But I was like, nah.
I'm already here.
Wanted this. I wanted this for so long. I climbed up there. I straddled the peak, right? Flexed my muscles. No, I probably didn't do that. But I was happy, right? I was like, yes, I did it. Conquered my fear. Because I knew that I was scared as shit. I was super scared. Right, but then I was like, okay, I've been up here for long enough. Like, kids were already leaving. Like, the buses already came and left. And I was like, okay, it's time to get down. I was like, holy fuck. I was like, holy shit. I was like, what am I going to do? I was like, okay. I was like, all right. So, like, I started, like, putting my leg down. I couldn't reach the thing, right?
Right,
so
and you can't look down and... You're probably only this far away from it, but your leg is hanging.
Dude, I stayed up there for probably 20 minutes. Just like talking to myself. Just like, I gotta get down. How am I gonna... No one knows where I am. I don't think. I'm just, well, maybe except for the people passing and seeing me on top of
like,
this.
hey, look at that kid up there.
Little kid. Just...
How'd he get up there?
Yeah, because all the kids that
Hope he doesn't fall.
They were much older than me that were
like
grade
taller,
4, grade
more
5, right? I'm in grade 1. So 20 minutes probably contemplating whether or not, I mean, there was a couple of options that I could have done. I could have climbed onto the slide and then like shimmied my way down, which would have been very sketchy.
Yeah, because you probably would have started sliding and then you
they probably would have fallen. Yeah, dude, probably would have fallen completely off. I could jump onto the sand, right? And this is probably like 30 feet.
Yeah, because this was
40 feet in the air. On top of the peak, right?
Honestly, probably closer to 30, but 40 would not be out of the question for those old school playgrounds.
Right. So it was really, really tall. And wasn't there like a fire man's pole?
Yes,
like,
it was. Yeah.
Kind of, yeah. So I think there was like, you could have jumped onto the pole and slid down. Could have jumped off the peak. There was multiple ways, but like all of them, I was bitch made. Okay, I couldn't get down the way that I came up.
Parkour, yeah.
So I was like, all right. I went to the edge and I looked at how far the sand was. And I was like, no way. It's like, oh shit, this is gonna be crazy. And I think I was wearing one of those freaking tank tops, but I was like
a crop top.
Crop top. Was wearing one of those crop tops.
Had like a monster truck on it.
Monster truck on it. I was like, all right, tally ho, and I freaking just went, nah. I jumped. I didn't like hang and then drop.
That's what they teach you in like school with stop, drop, and roll. Make yourself as low to the ground as you can.
Spider monkeyed that shit, dude. And then I was just like, exactly how you would think. I hurt my ankles really badly.
Yeah.
But then I was like, I looked up and I was like, dude, at least I'm on the ground now. And then I picked myself up.
You're limping.
Find my backpack, and I don't remember what else happened after that. That was life changing.
That is, yeah. But you probably weren't scared of the heights anymore. You were probably just like,
not true.
Oh, you
because I'm scared of heights to this day. I can't stand. I can't.
Yeah, but framing, you walked walls and stuff.
I was terrified.
You just deal with it.
I was terrified the entire time. Do you know how long it took me to be able to even get that good? Like there was a bunch of things that sketched me out that that was like, it was like, all right, I'm scared, but this has to get done kind of deal.
Yeah.
It's like I couldn't do that now. I would have to get used to it again.
Get used to it again. Yeah. Well, honestly, I did. Someone asked me to help them frame something, and I tried to walk a wall, a 2x4 wall, right? And like it's 2x4 plus the little bit of sheathing. Honestly, you hope for any amount of extra.
Right.
And I'm like, dude, I've had trouble. And I'm like, dude, I used to do this all the time.
Oh, I get it.
This house is going to build itself, and here I am.
Yeah. Did anyone else walk the walls?
When I was doing on that project?
Yeah.
No, just me, because I had the most experience. Once you kind of, like, it only takes like a few, and then you kind of get your sea legs. Especially if you, like, we were doing, what were we doing? I think we were just doing top plates. So I didn't actually, yes, I was helping someone build a cabin. Yeah. And the previous people had not done a lot of good work, honestly. So we had to correct it. They were fired, and then we were hired. And anyway, got done. But that playground is where someone smashed freaking your little girlfriend's big brother, who's the dude who married our friend from private school, the older sister. He smashed my Buzz Lightyear.
That was him?
It was him. He smashed my freaking Buzz Lightyear. I'm pretty sure it's him.
Pretty sure it's him?
I think so.
Because he went to our school.
He did, yeah. And then that was the transfer station.
Right.
And he's like, oh, cool. Toy Story just came out or whatever. He's like,
what? Toy Story came out in 94. That must have been like 2000.
Yeah. That's when he smashed my Buzz Lightyear.
Just came out 5 years earlier. Anyways, continue.
I don't know.
Sorry.
Maybe Toy Story 2 came. I don't know. Whatever. We had the Buzz Lightyears.
Right.
So I guess it could have just been that I watched Toy Story late because I didn't see it in theaters. It just came out on DVD or VHS or whatever. Anyways, did you know that Toy Story is the first Pixar movie?
Yeah.
So good.
Yeah, very good. Yeah.
Anyway, he smashed my freaking Buzz Lightyear. I was
life-changing because you got in trouble.
pissed. I did get in trouble, but also I didn't trust these older kids no more. Dude,
Right.
He was like, what, in grade 6 or 7?
Yeah.
And I was must have been kindergarten, grade 1.
Yeah.
And he just freaking smashed it. I was like, wait a minute. What is all this plastic on the ground here that looks like white and green and purple? I was like, what is this?
How did he get
So
there?
then I asked, I'm like, hey, whatever your name is, I let him play with it. Because he's like, oh, let me see that. Oh, that's so cool. But I wanted to go somewhere else. Yeah. He probably didn't mean to smash it. Like, he probably didn't care if he smashed it, but he probably didn't just go, just spike it into the ground.
Man.
But, like, still, I was chapped. And, like, then I like, start seeing, like, little people. I'm like, oh, that's a foot. I was like, this isn't my Buzz Lightyear. This isn't my Buzz Lightyear. And this stupid rubber head, I was like, you asshole. And then Mom was like, yeah, you can't bring that to school. Oh, please, please, please. Finally, I'm allowed to bring it to school. And smashed. And so she drove around that trailer park.
Looking for
something. And I remember, I thought I was in trouble. I was in trouble, but I wasn't in trouble the way that I thought I was in trouble.
Right.
I thought I was going to get in more trouble.
Brutal.
She was just like, why would you let someone who you don't really know, he's not your friend, why is he playing with this toy? That was probably expensive at the time too. Friggin' she finds these kids. Are you so-and-so?
She found them?
Yeah, in the trailer park, just hanging out. Went to several different groups of kids. Moms are coming out. What's going on here? My son says that so-and-so smashed his Buzz Lightyear or whatever, smashed his toy or whatever. Yeah, dude, I never trusted no one again. Because, like, I wanted to bring that toy to school because I remember those two kids? They both had the same name, the brother and the sister.
Right, yeah.
They would always have the coolest toys. He had, like, a headset on.
Right.
Walkie-talkie.
Right.
He had, like, raptor claws and shit. I was just like,
that.
dude, that is so cool. I want cool toys. Got this Buzz Lightyear.
Buzz Lightyear.
I am Buzz Lightyear. I come in peace. I was like, dude, check it out. Has the laser and stuff. I was like, no way, dude, check out the wings. Come out, you can put up his face shield. Yeah. Compete with that with your stupid raptor claw. I mean,
Would you say?
I almost said raper claws. Raptor claws. Raptor claws.
Oh man,
yeah,
that's
dude.
crazy. I remember bringing things to school and actually taking things from school.
Like those gloves with the snowflakes.
Taking things. What? Oh shit.
We always had mittens, and I always wanted gloves. And I remember I went in the Lost and Found because someone stole one of my mittens. So I went to the Lost and Found or something happened to it. But I put them in my backpack, and then they weren't in there. And so I went to go find my mitten. And I was looking in the lost and found because it was right in the hallway, right?
Right.
I see these 2 gloves. Put it on. Yeah, these fit. These are mine.
I wasn't normally one to take things from Lost and Found, but I think there has been I think it was one time where I took one because it was if I didn't have a gym shirt, I wasn't going to be able to play in the gym.
Oh, yeah.
I was like, whack. I was like, seriously? Yeah, you have to change your shirt. And I was like, okay, fine. Go to the Lost and Found. I went to the all of them just to find maybe there was something of mine. Dude, I think I ended up taking something. And do you know how bad the Lost and Found smells?
Smell bad.
Dude, I didn't care. I was like, I want to play floor hockey or whatever it was that I wanted to play. And disgusting, but hey, I did it.
Yeah, no, I didn't like that either. If you're wondering what that noise is in the background, that's the air compressor. Didn't realize that was gonna go on. My bad. What kind of life-changing stuff has happened to you guys? Let us know in the comments. Next time we're gonna talk about
Go-To Breakfast Order by Mad Nad. What?
Okay, Mad Nad.
Is that
Mad Nad. Okay, Mad Nad is asking what our go-to breakfast order is. So next time we go on, I know what. I mean, I prefer breakfast food honestly to basically anything.
Nah.
If I could only have one type of food, one
Steak.
genre of food, I would pick breakfast food.
Steak.
Steak honestly is freaking delicious. I love steak.
Steak.
Oh, you know who makes it?
I guess you technically steak and eggs.
Steak and eggs.
Yeah.
Yeah, so if I wanted a steak and eggs. But my go-to, yeah, we'll think on that. In the meantime, please check out our links below. We got a merch store. You can get one of these fantastic shirts we're not wearing right now. There's probably a couple other things on there. Is there? I don't know.
For
merch?
For this merch?
Yeah.
Just joshing on jackmanis.com. There's just the shirts.
Okay. And then individually, we have our own YouTube channels. Those will be linked down below as well if you want to see what we're up to in the meantime. Until the next Dusty session, thanks for watching.
Mm-hmm.
You know, with the Buzz Lightyear, I always tried to see if it would move. Out of all the toys that we had, I thought those ones would because of the freaking movie.
You and me both.